this is the card I'll be showing you how to make. It's called a pop-up step card. So it can easily fold it to mail and then it pops back up for a fun little surprise here. But anyways, I used the On the Farm stamp set and On the Farm dies. And I also used the Sale-a-Bration DSP that matches it, the Day at the Farm DSP. Make sure you grab yours before February 28th. And kind of a fun thing, if you haven't already got your die and stamp set, the bundle comes to right at around $50. So if you purchase the bundle, you'll be able to get the DSP free. So that's a great little perk. Highly recommend it. I've really enjoyed like playing around with the little animals, and they're super, super cute. So anyways, enough of my excitement. Let's get to putting this card together. So I grabbed a 4 1/4 by 11 inch sheet of Daffodil Delight cardstock and my Simply Score. And I'm going to start scoring at 5 1/2 here, 6 3/4, 8 3/4, and at 10 inches. So, and then set this piece aside, and then I have another piece of Daffodil Delight cardstock that is 5 3/8 by 2 3/4. So we're going to score it on the long edge here at 3/8 inch. So the Simply Score goes in 1/8 inch increments. So just count up 3 little slashes, like 1, 2, 3, and then there's the 3/8. And then we're going to also score at 1 5/8. So that's the 1/8 just above the 1/2 inch line. So go ahead and score there. And then I think we're done with our Simply Score. So I'll put that up. And I'm going to set this piece aside and go back to the 4 1/4 by 11 inch that we just scored. And I will go ahead and start creasing at all the places I scored. So just give them a good little crease, like so. There we go. And you can see that it slowly folds up into a little box shape like that. That's what you're looking for. So what we need to do is add some Tombow here. So on this front flap here. And then we are going to fold this piece like this. And then we're going to, actually, no, don't do that. Fold this in like this. So we're going to have the glued side and then one little edge here. And then when you fold it like so, you should be folding it down like this, like that. And then put a little pressure here. And then when you pop it back up, it'll be evenly placed. So that is like very fun. And one thing you can do is practice where you need to fold and make sure you have your creases before you put the glue on. That's a very convenient, helpful way of going about this. But this is what you'll end up with. Something that looks like this. And then go ahead and grab this piece and you'll just kind of crease those little spots too, where you've scored. Next, we're going to start adding a few little DSP pieces, and then we'll put these two pieces together. So I grabbed a few pieces of this sheet. It's got the little chicks and on it, and this one is 4 by 3 1/4 inches, and that will fit this front little panel here, like so. And then this one is 4 by 1 inch. And that will actually fit right here on this top part. We got to cover all our bases so that it looks all pretty and fun with the DSP. So that should line up there. And then this one is 4 by 1 3/4, and that will go on the front little panel here, like so. And you can actually fold it back flat just to have something firm to push down. So that's what that should look like thus far. And then I chose this fun Daffodil Delight striped paper. So this one is 2.5 by 3.5, and that will go on this front panel here of this piece. And then this one's 2.5 by 1 inch. And that will go on this top panel here, like so. Next, we can go ahead and glue this part on our card. So I would suggest kind of laying this flat. I tucked these two pieces, these two folds down. So this is what I'll see when I open my card. And what I'm wanting to achieve is this part right here we're going to glue so it's like flush with the card up here. I know it looks a little funny now, but just trust me, we'll get there. So I kind of lay it flat like this and kind of see where I need to stop putting glue on it, and just kind of pinch it right there and flip it over, and just know to add glue underneath that point of my finger so we don't get glue up and glue the whole piece on the front of the card. So keep that flap down, keep it folded, and we're just going to center it and then glue this flush with the top there, like thus. Make sure it's firmly glued and stuck, and then this is what it should look like. We'll have this little flap here. I'm going to add glue on this little 3/8 inch little flap here, and fold that down, and fold this piece down, and then I'm going to close my card again so that I keep everything even, so that when it folds up it ends up correct. Okay, and then once you do that, you should have this really cool pop-up card base. Isn't that cool? So cool. I love playing with it. Anyways, so I'm going to grab some of the Whisper White crinkled seam binding, and I'll just drop that down there and bring it around, and we'll go ahead and tie this on. Okay, so we've finished this part. Next, I'm going to show you the little elements that we're going to add to it to finish this card off. So set your card base aside. We are going to take some Whisper White cardstock and stamp 2 of these cloud, and I'll show you a really cool tip on these. So stamp 2 of those, and then also we are going to stamp a chicken in Early Espresso. I'm sorry, this blue was Balmy Blue. If you didn't catch that, I'm sorry, I don't think I said that. And then the chicken in Early Espresso, like so. And while you've got the Early Espresso ink out, also I'm going to grab some Daffodil Delight cardstock here. And this Thinking Happy Thoughts of You stamp that comes in the On the Farm stamp set, and ink that up, and we're just going to stamp that right there like so, and close up our ink pads. And we have dies, so I got this hexagon shaped die for the greeting out of Beautiful Shapes die set. So that will go there, and we can also use a little Post-it tape to keep things all straight and in order. And then we've got our chicken, and we've got our clouds, which we'll have to run through twice, but that's a-okay. So we can get them lined up. And then also, I'm going to color in the chicken real quick. So I've got dark crumb cake, light gray granite, and the dark real red. So I'll start with dark crumb cake here and just highlight some of his little feathers here, and then go back in with the light gray granite and color in the rest of the entire chicken here. Make sure he's got all of his feathers covered. And then I took the dark real red in the small tip and kind of went over his wattle here to add a little pop of color. And then we can also go ahead and grab some Post-it tape and place that over top him. Get him stuck down, and then also doing it with the clouds. I find that it's a little bit easier to use the Post-it tape because these smaller dies like to move on me. And then grab your platforms here. So you've got the number 1, and then number 2, and number 3, and then we'll add the cardstock and all of our dies. We can all kind of run them through at the same time. Put your second plexiglass plate over top, and we're going to run that through the die cutting machine. And then you'll also run a second time through to get your second cloud. So you should end up with all these fun little pieces. Now for the clouds, you'll notice on my original card that they actually look a tad bit different. So the fun thing is, grab one of your clouds here, and we're just going to have fun, and no one will know, but we are just gonna improvise and cut off that little extra part of the cloud, so then they look like 2 different clouds. So grab your card base again, and then some dimensionals here, and we're going to just kind of add and have fun with our clouds and our chicken and our greeting. So we'll add some clouds up top, and then our chicken down here. And then we'll add a large dimensional on the back of our greeting and add that right there. A couple dimensionals on here. And there you have it, a super fun little card with a happy, fun surprise of it popping up at you. So it just kind of is happy and makes you smile. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to grab your Sale-a-Bration DSP and before February 28th. And thanks for watching.